Welcome to Verbal Mirrors Reflecting Understanding podcast, where the power of words becomes a bridge between worlds. In this podcast, we embark on a dynamic exploration of the human experience, weaving a tapestry of diverse voices, stories, and perspectives. I am your host, LaVenia Richards. Join us on a journey that transcends boundaries, fostering connection, empathy, and a deeper understanding of the rich mosaic that defines us all. Get ready to reflect, resonate, and embark on a transformative odyssey through the art of conversation.
What's up? What's up, my beautiful people? Welcome back to Two Cancers, One Truth. Listen, today we're going to be talking about, can love alone keep a relationship together? I am your host, LaVenia Richards, and we have our co-host.
Levi Richards Jr.
So, listen, love alone doesn't build healthy relationships, right? A lot of us, we walk around and I love him, I love her, and all of that. But we want to talk about today, is that love enough to keep a relationship together? And Dad, I really want to start with um, you on this because, some people love each other until they destroy each other from that kind of love. So let's tap in and let's talk about it.
Um, Love alone is not enough for a healthy relationship. It's not going to build a healthy relationship because it's just not enough. There are a lot of elements. One is respect. Respect matters.
Ooh.
Uh, I mean, if you love me and you don't respect me, um, then that's an issue. That it matters that I'm treated with respect. It matters that I don't necessarily shrink in your presence.
Oh, I like
So,
that.
so
I like that.
respect makes that happen, right? So uh, the other reason it known it doesn't matter is because of communication. Communication matters. Uh, uh, are we are we able to verbalize our feelings? Do we understand are we expressing ourselves? Am I free to, you know, express how I feel about situations? Can we have a conversation? How are we communicating
Hmm.
as a in the relationship, whether it's dating, whatever it is? What kind of communication are we having? You know, am I communicating with you? Is communication one-sided?
Right.
And you never have any reciprocity. You don't give me nothing back.
Hmm.
There's no reciprocation. That I don't know where you at with me. So the communication is vital. And another factor is discipline. Discipline matters.
Oh my God.
You
There
know,
we go.
we you know
Yeah.
you got to have some kind of structure, man. Where's the discipline? You know what I'm saying? It's like discipline means that you got to consider more than just yourself. I gotta be a part of your life. That you just don't assume certain things about me. That you just don't on a whim. You know, just because you want to do it,
Hmm.
all of a sudden you have this burst and not respect my time, not be disciplined enough to give me an opportunity to approach me in a manner. Say, can I ask you something? Find a way to get in. So discipline has to be established. Though. Anything you want me? A few other things I can say about it. You need me to break. So you say
No, no,
something.
no, I totally agree. I actually wanted to kind of piggyback before I go into my perspective because I really love what you said. And especially being cancers, we big on respect. So I had to
Right.
go back to that one because this is two cancers, one truth. Um, Respect is everything because if you don't respect me, you don't love me, right?
Right. Right.
Um, so I have to agree with that. Respect matters because if you don't value me enough to respect me, then how could you possibly value me enough to love me?
Right.
Right. Not only that, when you said, oh my God, communication is essential. We've turned into I made a post yesterday because, I was so excited to be able to talk to someone on the phone, a gentleman on the phone, because we turned into this texting society that everybody wants to text and take context out of, whatever this miscommunication, because no one wants to sit down and hold these conversations. And so when you said communication matters, in love, it definitely does, because if I'm a toucher and a feeler, but the other person is a gift giver, we already got miscommunication,
Right,
right?
right,
So it definitely matters. I love what you said about that, and discipline definitely. I like what you said about discipline, but I want to piggyback off of that and add to, I think, with discipline, being able to control yourself in the relationship. Love is action. So, meaning, you see a cute little honey over, you can look, we got eyes. But are you disciplined enough in the relationship for what we have, what we call love, to
right,
sustain that and not go off to see
right.
about that cute honey over in the corner or that handsome, tall, dark drink of water? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's vital. It's vital to have, you know, to be able to display that discipline. It's
Yeah.
vital, and there are so many other things, but like we are emotional matters.
Hmm.
You gotta you gotta show me some passion, show me some emotion, because we are emotional people. You understand what I'm
Yes, we
saying?
are.
And we
Yes, we are.
respond to those kinds of things. So as love is not enough, if I don't see an emotion, if I don't feel emotional with you, what are we doing? If you are, you know, stiff all the time, stuck up all
Yes.
the time,
Hmm.
always busy. I mean, there's no expression. I don't feel your energy coming to me. You're not expressing that you care about me, right? Or that I make
Right.
a difference in your life. There's no emotion. You were just, it's a face that doesn't show any signs of life. I
Uh-huh.
don't, I don't, I don't feel you. You don't reach out and touch me. You don't send me a card. You don't. I give you something, like, for example, I'll pick out a card for your birthday, right?
Right.
And I put some time and energy, because that's what we do,
Hmm.
into choosing
Yeah.
this card. And you look at it and you say something like, "Oh, that's nice. That was nice of you."
Mhm.
There was no emotion. I mean, what we doing?
Right. Good.
you know,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's rough.
Emotional maturity definitely matters. You
Yeah, I
know,
mean,
I want to also say that compatibility matters. Oil and water just simply don't mix, and we be trying to make it. Sometimes we be trying to make it mix, but compatibility, if I am, let's say, for instance, if I'm spiritual and my mate is religious, it's not going to work. And it's not going to work because they can't get past the doctrine, and I've already surpassed the doctrine where I want to test spirit by spirit. So that we're not compatible,
right,
right? If that person wants to be in church every single Sunday at Bible study, I've already done that. So there's no point in me acting like that's something I want to do. That's oil and water. I've been there. I've done that. That's not for me. So I think that we need to stop understanding that, start understanding that if Tyrone just don't like to go to comedy shows, go find Willie. Right?
right.
Because maybe Willie loves comedy shows, but instead we want to transform somebody to be compatible with us who were never compatible with us in the first place, because we love them. And I
Yeah.
agree, love is just simply not enough.
No, it's not. I mean, it's not.
Um,
Go ahead.
Go ahead, go ahead.
No, I'm saying this. I'm just thinking about the essence of. That's all part of the communication. I think that in relationships, we need to be candid enough with one another to discuss who we are. I mean,
Absolutely.
to display just who I am. So, like you said, if I enjoy comedy shows, and that's something for laughter, and can we share that? Or no, I don't want to go. What kind of once again, like, communication are we having? What kind of accountability exists. I mean, what are you doing? Why don't you feel this, that, or the other? Um, Along with what is that? I was thinking. You said if what's the name of you were dealing with what type of accountability? When you said if what
I was just
somebody doesn't want to go to the comedy show, you'll ask someone else to go. And how is this person gonna feel about that? What see relationships, love ain't enough. If all these things are not considered, we're not dealing with stuff when we were 10 years old and 12 and 20. There's a whole set of different rules in assessing relationships today. If they're going to have value, you should at least start knowing what you want and what works for you and what doesn't, right?
absolutely, absolutely. It's imperative, and I think that people need to understand that love without healing becomes toxic
Oh
too.
boy.
Because see, we want to. It kind of goes back to what I was saying about the compatibility, because now we want to make again this person. I'm gonna use religion again. We want to make a non-religious person religious, and we want to make a non-spiritual person spiritual. You know what I mean? We want to transform a person's life, their hurts, their pains, whatever it is. We want to become codependent. I think I'm trying to say you can't be toxic and then call yourself loving someone from a healed and broken place and call it love, because that in itself, because I've done that, and I think we talked about that on I think one of our previous shows. um just knowing that the situation is toxic, knowing, oh, your mama got lupus, my mama too. Oh, you grew up in the hood. Oh, me too. Oh, yeah, your dad left. Oh, me too. We take these things and we think that those things are love when it's actually toxicity, it's codependency, it's unhealedness, and we call it love. And I know that I did, and I stayed in a relationship based off of that trauma bonding for over 20 years.
I mean, but how do we know? I mean, today, I mean, your birthday's coming up this Friday, right? So you yeah. Um, but it's our duty, I think, in relationships to discover are we dealing with a broken person while we are broken? And do we
Mhm.
understand their brokenness? See, because
Right.
we can't heal anybody else but ourselves.
That's right.
But if that thing is, we're compatible because our mothers have lupus.
I mean, seriously, the brokenness.
What compatibility is that, right? I mean, seriously, what we doing?
Seriously.
What we doing? Oh my God.
This is
Um,
it's so real. Um, I think that people also need to understand too, attraction is not enough. And I think that's imperative. I mean, and I'm not saying you go get a wildebeest. That's not what I'm saying. But I think that some people take attraction for someone and call that love too. Oh man, she fine, this, that, and the other. I gotta have shorty. Or be like, girl, you got a body, girl, this, that, and the other. And you get caught up in the idea or the exterior without actually finding out what's inside. You looking at all the cover of the book, but you've never read the content. So it kind of goes back to, how do we know that? Well, because we don't look deep before we leap too. We call it
well,
love so quick.
a very valid point. Also, I found that love without accountability fails. You
Mm-hmm.
know, can I hold you accountable? I mean, if you promise me you're gonna do X, Y, Z, and you don't show up,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a constant pattern. I'm looking for you to meet with me, to get with me. We're supposed to have dinner at 6, but the boss got you doing X, Y, Z, or your brother, your child. I cannot count. There's no accountability in the relationship. Those relationships, period, they fail. That's why love is not enough. all these factors make a difference.
That's powerful. Because it leads me to what else I wanted to say as far as peace matters more than chemistry. Peace matters more than chemistry. Oh, girl, that's like me saying, girl, we called one of my girlfriends, girl, we watched the moons and the stars and we just had the new strawberry moon. And girl, we was just, oh my God. Right? Yeah,
Right.
that was a vibe in that moment. But after that, did I have peace? Was my nervous system destroyed? Was I in chaos after I left him? Was I, tormented because he's not been really showing me what he needs to show me? But I'm just like, oh, we got a chemistry. But does he love you? Does he respect you? All the things we talked about. Is he being accountable? Does he call you? Does he show up? Because without that, girl, he don't love you.
Right.
Right? The chemistry's cool, but my peace matters. If my nervous system is always on 100 dealing with him, I don't give a damn about that chemistry, man.
I mean,
Yeah.
I get your point. I get your point. It's vital. But also, now versus then, which maybe help some people, it's like commitment takes work. And people sometimes in relationships are not willing to put the work in. So where we
Mm-hmm.
going? That's why. What's the commitment? What's the bond between us? What can I
Right.
depend on you for? Will you commit to? Because people sometimes don't want to put the work in. I know I
Mm-hmm.
said I was going to do it, and you hear this all the time. So what we doing?
Right.
No, it's pain because there can be no growth without commitment. It requires work. So I think people walk into a relationship thinking that love is enough, and the last thing you mentioned, chemistry. We vibe. We have this energy between. Well, what's that mean? I mean, I got to go off more than that if I'm building something with you. There's going to be
Mm-hmm.
substantial.
Yes, I mean, and that's the thing, and I think we miss those signs. We ignore those things because we think that love is enough, but in all actuality, after you've gone through the trauma bond love, the codependency love, the toxic things, you start realizing, damn, wait a minute, I'm not being fed. And so that's why a lot of people break up. And a question, and I don't know why it keeps ringing in my mind, but I wanted to go back to, God, I lost my train of thought. You had
Yeah,
said, um, and I was thinking about it. Oh, when you were just like, how do we know? But
yeah.
what about those people who wear the mask, right? That wear the
Oh,
mask in the
that part.
relationship.
Oh,
You know
don't
what I mean?
don't bypass that. Don't
We gotta
bypass
count
that.
them in too. The ones
You
that's
talking
lying
about
and
Jack? You talking about
pretending to be
Jekyll and Hyde? Huh?
come on, man. So
Yeah.
that too can be a they live to deceive you,
Oh my
right?
God. And yeah. For us though, I mean, it happens, and I
Hmm.
think that's where the pain is for us in relationships and loving people. When we don't, sometimes we know that they lying.
Through their teeth. Yeah.
Sometimes we know that they are two people.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, and we feel it in our gut, and that's where we sometimes suffer. I think
Mm-hmm.
because you say, "I knew it."
Boy.
Bam! I knew,
You say
I
all
knew,
in your gut. You know what I
I
mean? Yeah.
knew this and that. I knew this. This was
Mhm.
not news to me. What was going on in my head? How did I overlook that? Right? I mean, it's all these things that make us the person that we are. Uh, uh, what? I'm affected by the moon.
Yes, sir.
I'm affected by the water. You understand what I'm saying? These
Hmm.
things, the sensitivity to everything, uh,
Right.
it's a strength because somebody said, "What's going on with you?" I don't know because I can't tell you because I'm just feeling.
Right.
It'll come to me eventually, and it may not. come today, but at some point, if you are aware of who you are and whose you are and making decisions about how you're going to be with anybody
Mm-hmm.
and everybody. Relationships require work. It's some kind of commitment has to be made. And if a person is not willing to meet you, that's a sign.
Uh-huh.
If all I'm doing to you, I got my phone in front of me. Let me text LaVenia. I was just thinking of you. All general stuff.
Yeah.
No substance, no meat on the bone. What this about? We can't go to dinner. You don't have time to go to a movie. We can't go to a tennis match. We can't go to a concert. You always say up, we're going to do something,
But we
and
never do
we're
it.
going to, it never comes.
Come
I'm
on,
living
false
off your false
promises.
promises.
False
What's
promises.
that
I just
about,
said it.
man?
Come on now. 2 cancers, 1 truth. I just said it. False promises. See, that's the thing. And we set ourselves up for failure with that shit. But listen, I definitely want to touch this though, man. Emotional, because
Yeah.
it's really what you're talking about. Emotional intelligence matters.
Yes.
See, and that's the thing. So if I know, and it kind of goes back to what I'm saying, if I'm a toucher and a feeler and you a gift giver, we not gonna really make it because I don't care about those tangible things. I care about the actions, right?
Yeah.
So you gotta have the emotional intelligence to know
There's
who
a
you're dealing
fire.
with.
Fire alarm is on.
Okay, that's okay. Y'all, the show got so hot that they had to ring the alarm on us over there. You know what I'm saying? We was spitting that fire. We had fire alarms going off and shit, y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's what the truth is. You know what I'm saying? That's just confirmation of what we talking about. You know what I'm saying? Don't just go for just the love. It's not enough. Spirit said that's the truth. Right? So we were talking about though, that emotional intelligence, it matters. It just absolutely does because and it matters on both ends. I want to say that. I don't want to just say that it just matters for the other person. You have to be emotionally intelligent to know that that person is just not a good fit for you.
Right.
Right? You have to, you telling what this person, he ought to know that I like, cream and he been with me. No. You ought to know that after these such and such years, he still don't know what you like in your coffee because it's not important to him. Right?
Right.
So be emotionally intelligent enough to not just see that person's flaws, but see where you looking at it. You got all these complaints, but shit, you done took it for 10 years. What you gonna do about it? Because that's who that person is. Quit saying you love them, sacrificing things because neither one of you want to be emotionally intelligent enough to say, you know what, this don't work for me.
It's deep.
This don't work for me, Um,
Hmm.
and I think that goes into maybe the last thing I want to talk about as far as my perspective, and that is the accountability.
Yeah.
People need to be accountable, for their actions, whether you hurt somebody, stop going into these relationships because a lot of people know that they don't mean individuals any good, but because they're broken and they are not one to take accountability and have been hurt, they continue to deflect that narrative on you because they don't want to be accountable. So you go to that person, hey, you said that you were going to pick me up at 6, but I never heard from you. You never called.
Right.
Oh no, you the one who told me. It's never, damn, I'm sorry. You're right. I apologize. I should have communicated better. You know what I'm saying? No
Right.
accountability, expecting that other person to take the weight of or accept the brunt end of what you try to deflect on them because you don't want to take accountability. Like, we can't ignore those things talking about it's love, girl, that's just how he is, or man, she been like that since we've been together. I think that accountability is essential um in any relationship, especially when you're talking about love.
Exactly. Hey, without it, under any circumstances at all, it's going to fail. The relationship is already failed. there's no hope if you don't have accountability. Period. Finally, for me, it's like
Mm-hmm.
it will fade if there's no substance.
Mm-hmm.
Physical attraction, I'm attracted to you because of your eyes, your hair, the way you walk, the way you move. Attraction fades if there's no substance. What we got besides your looks,
Yeah.
the way, you look in your shirt, or the kind of, I'm attracted to men that wear certain kind of shoes. Attractions fade. Where's the substance? Where's the essence of our being together? So what made me, when I don't see you physically? See, for me, I had to learn to get past. I like physical attraction. You need to appeal to that part of me, but I'm more interested in the substance. What do we really have? What are what is this relationship built upon? Um, I can look for, a conversation from you occasionally if I'm somewhere you're at. Uh, if can I can we where's the substance? Can we what I don't know when I'm not in your presence, how do I feel about you?
Mhm.
What have you given me that I'm at home and I'm still thinking about you, wondering what
Right.
you're doing because how do you make me feel
Mm-hmm.
when I all these the substance of us. If there is no damn substance, I don't care about the attraction. And I
Yeah.
love you because you look your eyes are such a beautiful color. I love the brown in your eye. I love the way you look. I love the lipstick you wear.
Yeah.
Though the attractions are the attractions. We're
Right.
attracted, but it fades
Yes,
if
it
there
does.
is no substance.
Yes, it
You know
does.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Uh, and I was talking to somebody recently, and they were talking about a relationship, and one of the persons happened to be a cancerian, um, and they were trying to explain to this person that loved them, they had been separated from this and the other,
Mm-hmm.
that I'm no longer able to do certain things. And the person with the person, because they have some substance, said, you know, we may not be able to make love like we used to make love because of your situation, but the substance of the relationship is, baby, we're gonna be all right. I love you. If you just hold me, if I
Mm-hmm.
maybe kiss you, you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I think we have to know if there is substance other than the attraction. Is it there? That's healthy for going forward in the relationship, I think.
Do you feel like, and I want to ask you this because of course you are 20 years my senior. Do you feel like older generations stay through too much?
Do I feel like older generations do what?
Stay through too much in their relationships, like with their love
Oh yeah.
relationships?
I mean, yeah, because they do. And then there's certain factors that make that happen. I kind of think that sometimes because we're older, the mindset is everything. I mean, if you feel like it's over, but you're gonna stay anyway because this is this is what you're supposed to do. No, you're not. I mean, no, 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 no. I'm not just supposed to stay because I'm afraid to do anything else. I'm afraid to try new things. Your life is over when you think it's over. But to remain in mundane circumstances with someone,
Mhm.
my opinion is absolutely asinine. But it happens. It happens more frequently than not until people wake up. I'm talking you're talking about older people, yeah. It happens. And it's I think it's a bad thing for older people to teach younger people that crap. Because they always come
Mm.
to the question, well, why did you stay? Or why are you still there? What are you doing? life, I said something in our last session. I said the most important asset that we have is our time.
Oh my God, yes.
The
Mm-hmm.
most important thing that you possess is your time. And that's why when we go through all these things, respect, communication, discipline, emotions, when we talk about accountability, all these things are keys uh, to measure, why am I in this relationship? Is there a commitment? Do I have a commitment for a person? Wait, sometimes because of what they don't give us, that's an early sign. We know somebody's not committed. We try starting off being committed to them, spelling XYZ out, but the balance of the commitment is not working. So when you're assessing relationships and find yourself involved in them, all these factors are tools to help you establish, does it make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And if you check the boxes and the boxes they ain't working, what we doing?
Nothing.
And I don't think that any person should live in a space that they think they are less than, they deserve less than
Mm-hmm.
what they deserve. I don't think that I should. I say it frequently, late in a relationship with anybody. Me for myself, and I don't want the other person to do it either, because that's how we roll. Nobody should shrink in front of me, be less than, because let's say I'm Levi Richards Jr. in another setting, I'm Bishop Levi Richards, and I'm gonna introduce you as Sally. No, you
Mm-hmm.
don't do that. I mean,
Right.
relationships, I'm not going to let anyone do it to me, but it happens. You don't shrink in front of another person. And I think that we allow ourselves to be put in situations because they're people have all kinds of different thought processes. It's antiquated, some of the ideas. Some men will say to you today, older men, you know, um, you stay in a woman's place. These are men talking over
Mm.
here. This is when you go over there and talk to the women. Less
Mm-hmm.
than, no, women probably
Right.
they know more than you, but in many instances, you understand
Right.
what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
no. It's just like staying is important, but if I'm over here today, I'm gonna know why. And I think when when as I assessed it, it's no more really say your time is the most important commodity that I have. And if I'm wasting my time with you and I know it, if you everybody ain't for you, right?
Right. And accept that.
Can you can
Be
you can you
okay
just
with that.
digest that? I mean, can't you
Be
just get
okay.
with everybody's not for you?
And it ain't all just love.
No, no,
Because
no.
it's just simply not enough. So, I really don't even need to say anything else because I love how you ended it with the time. Time is the most precious thing that we have. We can't count it. We don't know how much we have. And we should value it. And I want people to start understanding instead of just being in love with the idea of being in love, to take into account all of the things that we said. It's more than just the looks, it's more than just the attraction, it's more than just the vibe, right? Are we compatible? Can we
Yeah,
coexist together? Do you respect me? Do you value me? So on and so forth. So, the question I have for the audience, I want you guys to ask yourself two questions. Do you think love is enough? And definitely, if you do, great. But just ask yourself that. And the other question is, what matters more to you? Is it chemistry or compatibility? Because all of that matters, right? You have to have, the whole thing, because in essence, the real truth is love is the foundation, but it is not the entire structure, right?
hmm.
So, um, listen, I'm gonna give y'all a call to action. As always, come back. Two cancers, one truth. Come back next week where we talk about just real life issues like this, situations, love, from a male and a female perspective. My dad, my best friend, where we can chop it up about anything, but just to empower you to understand that it even doesn't even matter. We want to show you 20 years apart, okay, male, female, okay, right? But we still come to the same truth that we all matter, right? That's what verbal mirrors, reflecting understanding, is all about. And I am so grateful to be able to share this platform with you, Dad, and be able to put this out to the world. So listen, I'm gonna let you close us out, and then we're gonna give them some music, let them know how they can follow us, and anything else you gotta say, man.
Listen, as always, it's been a pleasure, baby, to be with you and to be with this audience. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you like, leave a comment, tell somebody about this. So we think it makes a difference. We're going to be back every week. We're excited about the opportunity. Look forward to next time.
Yeah, Verbal Mirrors, Reflecting Understanding podcast, right? So you can find us on Podbean, and you can also find us on YouTube. If you are watching, you'll see that in just a few minutes because it's posted. If not, I just told you where you can find us. As always, we appreciate you, and we'll see you next week.
As we wrap up another episode of Verbal Mirrors Reflecting Understanding, we encourage you to carry the reflection sparked here into your daily interactions. Let the echoes of diverse perspective guide your journey towards greater empathy and connection. Thank you for being a part of our dialogue. Until next time, may your mirrors of understanding continue to reflect a world filled with compassion and unity.